Mirroring. Mirroring means gently copying someone's way of speaking, moving, or acting to build a connection. We often do it without realizing it, especially when we're around people we're comfortable with. But if you use it on purpose, it can help others feel more at ease with you. You can mirror someone's tone. If they speak softly and slowly, matching that energy can make them feel understood. If they lean forward while talking, doing the same shows you're fully engaged. It's a quiet way of saying, "I'm with you," without needing words. Even their words can be mirrored. For example, if someone says, "I feel drained today," you might say, "Yeah, it's been a draining day." It shows you're listening, and that often matters more than giving advice. But remember, you don't have to follow others' actions like a robot. For example, if someone gestures a little with their hands, and you start flapping yours like you're directing traffic, it'll just get awkward. Also, never mirror rude behavior. If someone rolls their eyes, rolling yours back only makes things worse. Keep it light, natural, and respectful. When done right, mirroring helps people feel like you understand them, and that's one of the fastest ways to build trust. Ben Franklin effect. You don't have to impress someone to get them to like you. Sometimes just asking for their help can do the job. This is called the Ben Franklin effect. It comes from a simple psychological idea. When someone helps you, their brain tries to make sense of it by thinking, "I must like this person if I'm helping them." That small shift can change how they see you. The name comes from Benjamin Franklin's own experience. He once had a political rival, and instead of trying to win him over with gifts or compliments, Franklin asked to borrow a rare book. The man agreed. Not long after, they became friends. Franklin later said that people are more likely to help someone again once they've already done them a favor. So if you want to build trust or ease tension with someone, try asking for a small favor. It might feel strange, but it actually works. Using names. There's something powerful about hearing your own name. It makes people feel noticed, respected, and valued. That's why using names in conversation is such a simple psychological trick. It creates instant connection. It shows you're not just talking, you're actually tuned in. Think about it. "Good job" sounds nice, but "good job, Sarah." That feels personal, like the praise was meant just for you. Even in casual chats, adding someone's name can warm things up. "Hey John, how's your day going?" feels friendlier than just, "How's your day?" But here's the thing, don't overdo it. Using someone's name too often can feel forced or awkward. The key is to keep it natural. Use it when you say hello, when you're encouraging someone, or when you're saying goodbye. Just a few well-placed mentions can go a long way. The spotlight effect. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like everyone was staring at you? Like they all noticed your messy hair, your mismatched socks, or that awkward thing you just said? It's not real. It's called the spotlight effect. In a 2000 study by psychologist Thomas Gilovich and colleagues, participants were asked to wear an embarrassing t-shirt. They thought nearly half the room noticed it, but in reality, only about 20% did. This common mental glitch makes us think we're under a spotlight, but we're not. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves. So next time you're cringing over something small, relax. No one's watching as closely as you think. Foot in the door. In this technique, you start by asking someone for a small favor, something easy to agree to, like borrowing a pen or signing a short form. Once they say yes, you follow up with a bigger request. People are often more likely to help with the second, larger request because they want to stay consistent with what they've already said yes to. For example, you might ask your neighbor, "Can you watch my cat for an hour?" If they agree, you later say, "Actually, could you watch her for the whole weekend?" Because they've already agreed once, it feels harder for them to now say no. But here's the important part. Be honest and respectful with your requests. Don't pretend the first request is small just to trick someone into saying yes to something much bigger. For example, if you ask someone to help move just one box, but actually expect them to help move your whole house, they'll feel taken advantage of. That damages trust. Body language mastery. You're always communicating, even when you're not saying a word. The way you stand, the way you move, your expression, your tone, even the way you react, it all speaks for you. Stand tall, and you look confident. Cross your arms, and you might seem closed off. A simple nod can show you're listening. Open hands? That says you're honest and approachable. Mastering body language isn't about faking it. It's about becoming more aware of how you carry yourself and how others respond. Because when your body matches your words, people feel it. And when it doesn't, even if they can't explain why, something feels off. Touch Triad. The Touch Triad is a simple technique to create warmth and trust using 3 brief touches during a conversation. First, a handshake, then a light tap on the arm while sharing a laugh, and finally, a gentle touch on the shoulder as you say goodbye. These small, natural moments of contact help people feel more connected to you. It's not about being pushy, it's about subtle cues that say, I'm present, I'm friendly, and I'm real. But timing matters. If it feels too fast or forced, it backfires. Keep it smooth, respectful, and let it happen at the right moment. Eye contact triangle? You know that weird feeling when you're staring into someone's eyes for too long? It's intense, almost creepy, but looking away completely can make you seem unsure or distracted. So what's the balance? That's where the eye contact triangle comes in. Picture a triangle on the person's face, 1 point on each eye and the third on their mouth. Instead of locking into one spot, just let your gaze gently shift between those 3 points as you talk or listen. It feels natural, like a rhythm. When you're listening, stay more focused on their eyes. When you're talking, it's okay to glance at their mouth now and then. It breaks the intensity and keeps things flowing. People won't notice what you're doing, but they'll feel it. You'll come off as confident, calm, and fully present. The key is not to overdo it. Don't be stiff. Just stay relaxed, keep that triangle in mind, and let your eyes do a little quiet talking of their own. Third-party spaces. Ever notice how conversations feel more relaxed when you're not face-to-face? That's the power of third-party spaces. The term was introduced by sociologist Ray Oldenburg, who described them as places outside of home and work, where people can gather, connect, and unwind, like cafes, parks, barbershops, or bookstores. These spaces create a neutral, low-pressure environment where conversation flows more naturally. Even simple settings like sitting side by side in a car or walking through a park can turn into meaningful moments. You're not locked in eye contact, and that makes it easier to open up. So if a conversation feels tense, change the setting. I believe sometimes space does half the work for you. Become the connector. Some people just have a way of bringing others together. You talk to them for 5 minutes, and suddenly they're saying, "Oh, you should meet my friend. You'd get along great." That's a connector. Being a connector isn't about being loud or knowing hundreds of people. It's about being curious, kind, and genuinely interested in helping others. You listen closely, notice what people care about, and when the moment feels right, you introduce them to someone who fits. It can be as simple as, "You're into photography? My friend just started a photo blog. You two should talk." That one small link can lead to a friendship, a job, or a great idea. Connectors don't do this for attention. They do it because they enjoy seeing others thrive. You don't need a huge network to start. Just pay attention. Listen a little more. And when you see a chance to connect 2 good people, take it. Over time, you'll become someone others naturally trust and value, not because you know everyone, but because you care enough to bring the right people together.